Welcome to our weekly World Climate Change News. I'm Alexandra, and today's topics are the following. Climate change is threatening security. Central America hit hard by the climate crisis. European forests are threatened by climate change. UN considers 2021 a crucial year for climate change. Climate change is a threat to our security. Boris Johnson. Europe tackles human cost of climate change. Climate change is affecting poor countries disproportionately. So let's get started. Climate change is threatening security. The world-renowned natural historian Sir David Attenborough warned that the biggest threat to the world's security is climate change. Although the profound effects of climate change would be felt across the globe, it would be the marginalized communities in the developing and underdeveloped countries across the world with the least security who are likely to suffer its ill effects the most. The address to the UN Security also warned that the world is now facing a new era of uncertain and destructive climatic patterns. Central America hit hard by the climate crisis. Climate change effects, coupled with the ongoing pandemic, have significant consequences in Central America, threatening the food security and leaving almost 8 million people in hunger across the region. Moreover, due to the record-setting hurricanes throughout 2020, almost 7 million people lost their homes or jobs in the region. As a result, nearly 15% of the population have started to consider migrating, which could make thousands climate refugees in the region, according to recent survey results. European forests are threatened by climate change. Scientists have concluded that the survival and viability of the forests in continental Europe is being increasingly threatened by climate change-related factors, with machine learning-based studies estimating almost 60% of the forests to be at significant risk. The study has concluded that climate change over the past decades has increased the risk of wildfires, insect outbreaks, and wind damage, which could drastically hinder the role of forests for carbon sequestration. UN considers 2021 a crucial year for climate change. UN Secretary-General Antonio Guterres reminded that it is crucial for countries to come up with sustainable and reasonable plans to tackle climate change until the next UN climate conference, which will take place in Glasgow by the end of the year. He indicated that these plans and goals should be also aligned with the long-term 2050 carbon neutrality goals. Furthermore, he urged governments to put the health of the planet at the center of all plans and policies. Climate change is a threat to our security. Boris Johnson. Climate change is a threat to our security. Boris Johnson told world leaders as he chaired the United Nations Security Council session. It is the first time a British Prime Minister chaired such a meeting since 1992. The UK holds the presidency of the Security Council this month and hosts the COP26 Climate Summit in November. Europe tackles human cost of climate change. The EU adaptation strategy was unveiled on the 24th of February. It aims to tackle the human cost of climate change. Alongside measures to reduce emissions, the EU needs to look at measures to support people in areas where impacts of these emissions cannot be avoided. In doing so, they noted that the early warning systems and other preparedness measures that were introduced in France after the heatwave in 2003 resulted in a significantly reduced death toll. Climate change is affecting poor communities disproportionately. According to the United Nations Humanitarian Office OCHA, people living in low-income countries are at least 4 times more likely to be displaced by extreme weather compared to people from rich countries, despite being the least responsible for climate change. In 2019, 34 million people globally were acutely food insecure due to climate extremes, and weather-related hazards triggered some 24.9 million displacements in 140 countries. Thank you for watching. This was Alexandra for Weekly World Climate Change News. If you like this video, subscribe to our channel and join us here next week.